led or ahead of him will be Elijah, the one that was promised in the book of Malachi. And this Elijah will prepare the way for him to arrive. So we find it in Malachi chapter 3 verse 1. Again, the words of Malachi chapter 4 verse 6 will be quoted in Luke chapter 1 verse 17. So in Malachi chapter 4 verse 6, shall we read this together? Begin. Who shall turn again the heart of the father to the son, and the heart of the man to his neighbor, lest I come and smite the earth grievously. So this verse will be quoted in Luke chapter 1. And the concept of the spirit and power of Elijah, and he will be the one that will turn the hearts. So we have looked always to the issue in the Old Testament. The problem of the Old Testament is that they are not reformed. The problem of the Old Testament is that they don't have a new heart. The problem is that they don't have the Spirit. So Deuteronomy, Jeremiah, Ezekiel promised that God will send His Spirit and God will provide a new heart. No longer a heart of stone, but a heart of flesh, able to obey the commandments of God. So always remember this, that the connection between the Old and the New Testament is the concept of regeneration. That in the Old Testament, they try to obey and obey and obey God. They cannot. Because the problem is, they have a stone heart. And they don't have the Spirit of God. There is no regenerating power. So regardless of how good you are, of how hard you try, and this is the best example of the Israelites, the Jews. They are the model moral people in the world, whole world. Okay? And yet, they are corrupt because the corruption is in the heart. So, when we plan to read the Bible, which we normally do as a part of our New Year's resolution, okay, Lord, I pray that I will be able to finish reading the whole Bible, okay, from Genesis to Revelation, and then we usually start with the book of Genesis. And as I said, the Bible is 43% narrative. So when you listen and when you read the book of the narratives, the story of Adam and Eve, the story of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, etc., etc., the story of Moses, it's okay. Okay, you enjoy storytelling. That's why children loves to hear stories. But then when you go to one book, one of that book is Leviticus, you suddenly is stuck up. Because the problem is, the story stops. The story stops. Now you have all the list of the laws. All laws. Puro lang sugo. Sugo diri, sugo dira, sugo dito. Okay? Until you are fan of it, wala na. You stop reading the Bible. Or you skip. And the other one is in the First Chronicles. Why? Because when you touch the First Chronicles, okay, as I have said, everybody loves reading genealogies. Tanan ng tao gusto nila magbasa sa istorya sa ilang pamilya. Okay? Si tatay ko, si Met, bata siya ni Francisco, nga bata ni Juan, nga bata ni Pedro, nga bata ni Suma. So, and imagine how many chapters in the Chronicles nga mula na yung istorya nila. Nga si Juan, bata ni 2, bata ni 3, bata ni 4, bata ni 5. 9 chapters. So, una nga chapter, okay pa, kadua, katatlo, pag-abot mo sa ikalima, takan ka na. Okay? So, dira, stock up ka na. And that is one of the key difference of the book of Chronicles. So, in the arrangement of the Old Testament in our Bible, so we have the Christian Bible. Amo niyang gina-memorize na permit. This is what we try to memorize. And we always end up with the book of Malachi. But the Jewish Bible, and they have their own unique chronology, And that chronology actually reflects the chronological sequence of the books and also the purposes of the books. So in the English Bible, we normally divide it into 4 parts: the Pentateuch, or the five books of Moses, the poetic or wisdom books, the prophetic books, which is divided into major and minor books. The major being the lengthy books, 4 of them, and the minor books are the 12 short books. So, but in the Hebrew Bible, this is divided into 3 parts. The first one is the Torah, or the law, which is the 5 books of Moses. And then we have the prophets, which the